Hi everybody, it's Lord Magicus, and we're going to play Merfolk in Legacy today. Alright, well, so as promised, I think we're going to try Phantasmal Image as our 2 of in the main deck. I watched E.W. Landon play Merfolk a little bit this past week, and he really still believes in this card, and you know what, I think it's interesting to get like a perspective of a player outside of the Merfolk community. He really seems to think that this card, despite the engineers and everything, and the Renin 6 is still good. Yeah, I don't know if I necessarily wholeheartedly agree with it, but you know what? He's got more trophies than I do, so I'm willing to. We'll put 2 back in and see if it helps at all. Maybe we might. This might have been just an overreaction to cut all of them, so I think maybe we can just try 2 and see if that's better. Otherwise, this is going to stay the same. One other innovation here. We're going to play 2 boomerangs in the sideboard. And the reason for this is that Boomerang is actually a card that is capable of stopping Merit Lodge from becoming a thing, and they can't protect it against this card. Because if you bounce the Dark Depths copy with the trigger on the stack, then it will go back to their hand, and they will not be able to sacrifice it and get a 20/20 Merit Lodge. So they lose the Dark Depths, and the Thespian Stage ends up back in their hand. So they cannot crack, or they can't like crop rotation or like Knight of the Reliquary for the Sajiri step to protect it. So I think this is worth trying just to see if that hedges against that match a little bit. And I decided, I think I had Spyglass last time. I think I'm going to try Phyrexian Revoker because I had 1 slot left here and I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with it. So I don't know, this card's fine. We play it sometimes, and I don't know if there's like really, like, it's too hard to know what it is that you're going to play against in these leagues. So this card has fine targets against basically any deck, so it was a good 15th card to round out our board. Alright, well, let's go play. Let's see. Let's see if Boomerang and Phantasmal Image make any significant difference for us. Alright, yeah, no, there he is. He's got 8 trophies already. Hot damn. Now, you gotta remember, like, a lot of these people are also playing Magic Online a hell of a lot in order to get those trophies, so yeah, we're only playing, like, 2 leagues a week in this channel. And I mean, definitely a lot of mistakes have been made, and we've been close a few times, but I don't know, like, I guess if I put more time and effort into it, I imagine that I probably could start racking trophies, but it's just, it requires you to play when you are comfortable playing, and for doing that while recording is insanely difficult. I think that it's way easier to do well when you're not trying to comment on what you're doing at the time you're trying to do it. So that's inherently going to be a disadvantage against us pretty much forever. But also, like, the more that you play, like, if we just stuck and focused on like Legacy and we just played like five days a week of just a Legacy League a day, then you know it would be a lot easier to stay in that mindset and be able to focus on it and do well. But I try to mix things up a little bit because not everybody is into like one particular format. Some people are like, oh, I like Modern or I like Legacy, and yeah, Pioneer is also now going to become a thing where I'm sure some people are going to be like, oh, I want to see Pioneer stuff. So yeah, it's hard to really give it that kind of dedication. So alright, well, let's just get this done. Alright, we are on the draw. This hand is fine. We'll keep. We've got Chalice and Force. This is definitely good for us. Ponder decks are very good for Chalice in the opening hand. They did not shuffle, so alright. Well, it seems likely this Chalice is going to resolve. Oh no, Sultai. Alright, what do we got? Duress. So this might be Storm. I think I'm willing to counter this. Because I do think putting this Chalice in one, if this is like a Storm deck, is probably very strong. I really want to play that, but now that's just going to be our force card, so... Yeah, we had to pitch Silvergill because we weren't guaranteed to be able to cast it without another fishy available, so... They didn't do anything, so yeah, their hand is like totally fucked. So let's play True Name first. Yeah, it seems like this Chalice is just absolutely backbreaking against them right now. That's how I like it. Alright, yeah, he's dead in like 2 turns. Infernal Tutor, okay. So, yeah, it is Storm. Thank you for telling us that. He searched for another Infernal Tutor? Okay. See, I don't understand what the purpose of that was. Well, you're dead next turn, so... Yeah, okay. Well, see, there we go. Chalice on 1 just like absolutely pasted Storm. So let's take Phyrexian Revoker because we can turn off LED with this. Venser also turns off LED. And Force of Negation is just very good against their deck. So Phantasmal Image is not very good against their deck. Neither is True Name Nemesis. Let's see. Brazen Borrower is also not particularly great against them. I think I'd rather just bring in like either a Dismember or a Relic would be fine. The thing is, they can bring in Xantid Swarm sometimes, so having a card that can answer it helps. I guess the Borrower can also do that. Oh, you know what? Maybe Boomerang is actually worth playing here, because this also counters Infernal Tutor. Yeah, that's hard to say. Maybe it's better than this, though. Alright, you know what? We can try it like this. I mean, maybe between, like, Trickster, the Boomerang, and Venser, we can just get there like that. But this is, really kind of edge, like, we're talking, like, less than 1% of difference, I think, because we're already ridiculously favored against them. This hand is actually pretty good. They're going to be on the play, but we need to draw a second land for it to do anything. If we can set this Chalice on 0 and we can maybe have forces, we don't die right away. Ugh. This is very risky. I think we've got like 2 draw steps to draw a land. I think I'm going to keep it. And we also, yeah, like we have 3 things that we can actually do here, so... If they start off with Ponder, that's usually the best for us. Looks, he might be going for a Thought Season turn 1. I don't want him to see our hand, so let's get rid of Merfolk Trickster. Oh my god, see, look, we are really good at magic cards. Okay, pass. That's fine. So, look, we're gonna... As long as he doesn't have, like, Abrupt Decay, I think we're in a good spot. Sure. Brainstorm. So we still have Force and Chalice available. We'll put this on 1 next turn. I think if he duresses us again, we'll probably just do this. Nope. Looks like they're going to pass. So they have another Brainstorm in hand. Not a bad draw. I actually kind of want to play this. There is a non-0% chance that we end up drawing that next turn. or attacking with that. If something bad were to happen to, you know, our 2 Lord of Atlantises, like we had to pitch one to force and then have to discard one for some reason, then at least we have a Mutavault we can attack with. Okay. So he's in trouble now, because now he's got to, like, find a way to get rid of the 1-drops. And from here, as long as we just keep drawing blue cards, I think we win. Or, I mean, we haven't won yet. If he could still have, like, Abrupt Decay and, like, Duress or something, and then we're in some trouble. But Decay probably has to come first. So let's see. Here we can either play Lord. I think we do want to play Lord just in case we draw another blue card, because then we'll be able to deploy this one and have a bigger attack next turn. So let's do that. This still, like, we are attacking for 5 next turn, maybe 7. Alright. Alright, well, they don't have anything, so clearly they just needed to shuffle away the bad top decks. Blue card. Not a blue card, but not useless either. Let's attack. We're going to name Lion's Eye Diamond with this. So now, even if they get rid of this, like, LED is not a thing. So this might be just game over for them right now. This is very close. Sure, you can Infernal Tutor for whatever you want. Cabal Ritual. Okay, you think you can go for it now. That's adorable. Alright, so if I play Lord, then this is 7-9. I think, yeah, we're just going to play safe here, because we can't kill them this turn, so let's just keep up interaction. They're dead next turn. Alright, good luck. This is a lot of hate. We have 4 pieces of hate against them right now. Like, what do you even do here? Cabal Ritual. If I just force this, do you lose? Like, it seems like it might be the case. Yeah, okay. Well, that was it. Well, we just absolutely just pasted Storm. Alright, well, we didn't see, like, any of our sideboard cards, but yeah, there you saw. Storm is just ridiculously weak to Chalice of the Void sometimes. They have some cards they can bring in, but if you can get Chalice in play on 1 and turn 2, like, a lot of times that's just enough to beat them. And we did keep a somewhat risky hand in game 2, but we had 2 draw steps to draw any land, and we did. Because we're really good at Magic cards. Alright, well, that is a good way to start off this league. Let's hope that we can get more matches like that. Soulfire Ixion Revoker did a thing. It turned off LED, so that was worth noting. Not that, like, at that point, though, then we ended up drawing a Chalice and 0, but you know what? The more hate pieces you can assemble against them, the better, because they're basically just saying, now you have to, like, have Hurkyl's Recall, or you just lose. That is a card they will often bring in against us, too. Hurkyl's Recall is definitely a thing, so be prepared for that. So it was sort of risky to play the force on that, I think. But even if they played a land in Hurkyl's Recall, like, I don't think... like, it seemed really unlikely that they could actually combo off, because they need 0 mana yet artifacts, so. Alright, we are on the draw again against Janara 19. Huh, interesting. This is a super, super high risk hand. The problem is that these are like lots of very good cards, but we are not guaranteed to be able to cast any of them with this. They mulled to 6. I think we probably mulligan this too. This is much better. I am much happier to keep this. Keep. I guess we'll put. I don't know if we're gonna need this or not. They mulled to 5. Alright. This might be a deck where, like, maybe we just need this, so. Who knows? I'm just trying to think, like, if they mulled to 5, then there is a chance, like, this could be just backbreaking against them, depending upon what it is that we draw and what they play. Verdant Catacombs, alright. So this might be a Dark Depths deck, which, if it is, then Borrower. No, it looks like Storm again. Putrid Imp. Oh, fuck, okay. So this is Dredge. Alright, I see. So they're just going to discard their entire hand to this. Alright. Well, we can't really do anything about that right now. They have 3 cards they can just discard, so. And they haven't discarded yet. Okay. Bayou. So what is your deal here? I assume you're what the fuck? Oh, like, okay, I get it. This is a Hogaak deck. Then yeah, Brazen Borrower is definitely going to be helpful. Because we can bounce Hogaak back to their hand. So what do you reveal here? Hogaak. Yep. Alright, so yeah, we're playing against Hogaak. Now, to be fair, this could also have like a Dark Depths combo in it, but it's hard to say. I do not like the fact that they have Cabal Therapy and Bridge from Below in their graveyard. That's really bad for us, because now they they have 3 cards in hand. They can discard to this, cast Hogaak from their graveyard, sack this to Cabal Therapy us, and then they'll know what we're, like, they'll get a bunch of zombies. Like, we're going to be very far behind here. And the problem is, like, even if we bounce Hogaak, this thing is just going to let them replay it, so. I don't think we can beat this. Yep. And honestly, I don't really want to let them Cabal Therapy us in order and to know what we have in our hand. I think this is a match where we probably are better off just conceding game 1. Why? You're not going to attack, so. Oh no, I guess this makes sense. You attack with this and then sack that to Cabal Therapy first. Yeah, you Cabal Therapy, then use the zombie to cast it. Yeah, alright. No, we're not going to show them. Like, I don't think that we're beating that at that point, because they can just Hogaak is a problem, and then they can just use or cast another one from the graveyard too. Let's just bring in our hate cards against it and hope for the best. Surgical. True Name Nemesis is actually not particularly good against Hogaak because it has Trample. However, Chalice on 1 is pretty strong against them. Trickster is fine. Phantasmal Image, not really. Actually, no, it is, because they have Bridge from Below. So, alright, it's been a while since we've got to do this, but alright, so the trick is with the Phantasmal Image, you can choose not to copy anything. We can just use it to kill Bridge from Below. So that's worth noting. Brazen Borrower, I think, is probably okay. Force of Will. Forcing things is not usually where we want to be, but I think sometimes if you can force the first card that they play, then it's actually fine. It's just not great, especially if it's... I don't know, sometimes Force of Negation is slightly better if it's like Cabal Therapy that they're naming, because then you can counter it and then they can't flash anything back. But if this also hits like Putrid Imp, which is their turn 1 enabler, we have to cut one card here. Maybe one Curse Catcher. Curse Catcher is sort of okay, but also not that great at the same time. Though, see, the Curse Catcher does have some synergy because it can sacrifice itself to kill Bridge from below. Maybe Silvergill is a little bit weaker. Alright, we'll do it like this. Yeah, Hogaak is not a very good matchup for our deck. Like, we're just gonna have to hope and pray. This hand's fine, we'll keep. Alright. So even if they Cabal Therapy us, that's fine. Alright, let's play Chalice on 1. Let's keep Therapy off of the table. This card is very strong against their deck. You could also play Chalice in 0 because I think some of these versions play like LEDs in them, but depends on whether they're leaning hard in the Dredge plan or not. Alright. So let's go with Cavern of Souls on Merfolk. We will play the Silvergill Adept, reveal Curse Catcher, they probably weren't expecting this, and that was the idea. Alright. Let's hope that them just not expecting it is enough for us, so... Yeah, Cavern means that we can cast this and it does not get countered, which is nice. And we're totally happy to trade one of these creatures with this thing. Because once this is off the table, it becomes immensely harder for them to get Hogaak out. Not impossible, though. Like, there are still many ways they can go about it. Like I said, this deck is extremely dangerous to us. Yeah, alright. Abrupt Decay. Yep, that makes sense. They had that. You know, I guess next turn, if we get there, we're going to try to play another Chalice in 1. So if they attack, I think I'm going to block with Silvergill Adept. If they, or I guess, yeah, they might play another creature, and then we block with Silvergill and try to kill it. That's not good. Alright. Please do not dump Hogaak. I mean, alright, well, we're fucked. They're going to put Hogaak out. So, we might have to just image Hogaak and hope that that's going to be fine. That's not good. That's actually very bad for us. Because I think they can, what do they, so they need one more. Do you have another 1-drop to put in play? So if you have another 1-drop, then you can do it. You only have 4 cards here, right? What the fuck was the 5th card you exiled? Can you exile Hogaak to itself in order to do that? That's bullshit. Or did I just not see something right? I don't know, that's weird. Well, there's nothing I can particularly do about it now, so... I guess... we just, like, let them name a card. Because they have to name it in the blind, and then if they want to flash it back, then we counter it with Curse Catcher. They always name Lord of Atlantis. This is the only card in our deck that they know. Opponent is just, like, really good at Magic cards. And like now we have to just play or counter it so we can get these 2 cards out. I swear that like nobody that plays this game actually knows anything about our deck except that Lord of Atlantis is in it. Like seriously, with Cabal Therapy, Lord of Atlantis is the card they name something like 70% of the time when I play against this. It's insane. Alright, well, that's actually not irrelevant. Because we'll be able to bounce this back to their hand. Well, no, it's not perfect, though, because they can just sacrifice it to Carrion Feeder. Okay, well, we don't really have a choice here. We just have to kind of do this. We're going to image this thing first. They don't have anything in the graveyard yet, so it's worth doing. And we're hoping they don't have anything that can target this. No, you can't attack here, so... Our best line is that if they don't play anything else, we can try to bounce this, make them sack it to Carrion Feeder, and then attack for 10. Alright. That's not good. Now we are fucked. Alright, well... Yeah, they're gonna just get there. This combo means that now... Well, no, can they? They need another 1-drop to do this, right? They can mill 8 cards, but I don't think that's enough. Wait. They don't have any Bridge from Belows in their graveyard either, so they can't recur it. So, alright, we're not dead yet, but we're getting close. We have to kill them very quickly, or this is just going to get us. And I do not have a good plan for how to get rid of this thing. I guess maybe if we have Phyrexian Revoker, we're going to name it. You may as well attack with this Hogaak, because I'm not blocking it. I guess he's concerned, like, what happens, like, can he race it if we're attacking him back for 8? Doesn't think so. Alright, that's a good sign. Okay, well, I guess this is where, if we, even if he sacrifices this, that's probably okay. Right? Because he can't block with Carrion Feeder. He can sacrifice it to mill 8 cards. That's not good. And then if he gets like Bridge from Below, he can just go crazy next turn. That's really not good. Oh, I don't really like the other plans here. I guess we can cast Lord of Atlantis and attack for 3 and he can't block. If we don't attack with this Hogaak though, like, I guess the other thing is if he has like a Bridge from Below in the top 8 cards, and we're probably dead. We can't target our own image to get rid of it anyway. What else do we have here? Like, I feel we're also very close. If he just plays like another creature, if he has like any other creature, like a Satyr Wayfinder or like a Dryad Arbor, he can just, you know... I would have assumed if he had another Arbor in his deck, he would have just attacked with this and then cast it again or some shit. I don't know. I think that if we don't... We just kind of have to pray that he doesn't have a Bridge from Below online. And this is all we can really do. Attack for 11 and hope that we don't die next turn. Yeah. I see Cabal Therapy there. Okay. And there's a Bridge from Below. That's not good. Alright. Huh? What the hell is happening? This is my main phase. Why can I not cast a spell? Oh, this is still resolving. I got you. So yeah, that's fine. I thought that it was in exile. Never mind. All right, so yeah, I think this is all we can really hope for. Like it, yeah, we're fucked. Like this there's Vengevine in here, and there's fucking Bridge from Below, which is there's Cabal Therapy. We are just like 10 kinds of screwed. But yeah, this is all we could really do. Okay, so then they're gonna take 11, go to 7, which means if we somehow survive. Do you have Fatal Push? Like, is that a card that you're playing? Why do you have this? That was a weird spot to fetch. I guess they don't, even if they did, they don't really want to kill anything because it gets rid of the bridge. Yeah, Hedron Crab does not resolve because there's a Chalice in one still. Okay, they're just trying to activate Vengevine. That makes sense. Now they can cast Hogaak. Yeah, I mean that's fine. Do what you gotta do, man. I think you're in the plan. You just have to mill me out this turn. I think if we draw an Island Walk Lord, and he doesn't kill us this turn, we can actually kill him with Island Walk. So that's where we're at. I don't think we really have any other winning lines at the moment. Oh, he milled another Bridge from Below. That's terrible. Still has Cabal Therapy. Yep. He's milling him. Yeah, he mills himself. Like we're just dead here. So he can mill 10 more cards out of his deck, which should be enough to like let him mill out his deck and ours. Yeah, he thought this was bad in Modern. This is definitely a thing in Legacy where you have like Cabal Therapy to go with this. The other thing is, like, in Legacy, you know, he has 3 dual lands in play. He did not have to pay life for any of these, like, whereas in Modern, they'd be at, like, 1 life in Modern right now if they had done this. Changes the math sometimes by a lot. So play Hogaak again. Yeah, we just did not have any other line against this. This is a deck that, you know, if we come up against it, we just kind of accept that we probably are going to lose. I think that we have a little bit of a better match against Dredge because the Chalice in 0 is more relevant versus that, but even like we had a Chalice in 1 here and it still wasn't really enough to stop them from just comboing. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, they have like bajillions of zombies now, so let's see, there's 10, so that's 20, so they can right now just grind through 24 cards, but they're still not done milling themselves. Are they? Oh, they're trying to go after. Oh yeah, they can go after us now. That's right, they are just going through our deck. They don't need to mill it anymore. I think they just have enough here. Because, yeah, the bridge from below just means that they already have enough cards in the graveyard to exile. They've exiled 32 cards out of their graveyard so far. Yeah, they still have 8 cards. Yeah, we lose. Alright, concede. You got it, opponent. Alright, we were not going to win, so didn't matter. Alright, well, yeah, Hogaak is a hell of a deck in Legacy, that's for sure. Yeah, there's the threat of, the combo is just really strong, but Hogaak itself is just a very hard card to defeat, so, you know. I think Phantasmal Image is definitely better against this match because it's good at killing the bridge from below, but we just did not have the kind of hand lined up against it, so, you know, that's alright. We're on the draw. This is not super strong, but we have to keep it. I'm not really excited to only have 2 creatures in my opening hand, but, you know, it just is what it is. Tropical Island means probably Delver. So we'll go Island, Aether Vial. And then we'll see what we draw and what we're going to do there. So they didn't shuffle, so their hand's probably good. Yeah, it's not really what I want. You could play like the Mutavault first sometimes if you want to, you know, pretend like you're goblins or maybe some other deck, but they might be thinking about Force of negating this Vial. Yeah, or Force of Will, that's fine too, because we can just play another one next turn and there's not shit they can do about it. I'm not countering this Force. You wanna waste a Force in this, be my guest. Ponder Exile, yeah, so that's fine. That was great for us. So that means this is almost definitely a Delver deck. Yeah. So Wrenn and 6, I'm guessing. I do think we have to counter this, because we need to keep this Mutavault alive for a little while. And they only have 3 cards left in hand too, which is nice. Great. So let's play Curse Catcher. And Aether Vial. Next turn we can play Grove, play Master, and attack. Okay. Maybe they might just have another Wrenn and 6 too. Sure name Nemesis. Yeah, can't do anything about that. They choose me? What? What nonsense is this? How could you choose me? Little Magicus. Alright. So I think here, yeah, we have to play Master, so. So attack. We are winning this race by a lot. So we can attack for a 5 island walk right now. But we're very, very vulnerable to Lightning Bolt. Yeah, that is a huge problem right now. Yeah, so I can't do anything. So now we're 3-3. So this is not bad though. If we draw another Lord like this at any point, we still just continue to win this race. That's also very good. I think, let's see, they have 2 cards in hand. I think here we attack for 3 and then tick this Vial up to 3 and play this next turn. They might bolt this. That's possible. But I don't want to run this out if they have like days, so Daze is kind of a problem for this. This is a very important card right now. Cannot afford to just like let it get dazed for nothing. Lightning Bolt, yeah, that's fine. And when we have Vial in 2 and 3, then we can also potentially crack this Waterlogged Grove to try to draw a Lord, and that'll change our combat math by a fair bit too. They only have 2 cards left, so again, they're not particularly great. They might just be like Dazes or something. There's no guarantee that they actually have like anything relevant in their hand still. So there are a ton of good draws we can have next turn, like Phantasmal Image would be great. A Lord would be great. Wastelands. Alright, so you're probably going to waste this. Yeah, that makes sense. Yep. So we'll take this up. Oh, that's perfect. I'm going to do this now because I want to play around Stifle. They only had 1 card in hand, so I would rather them tap mana on their turn. But this is looking good for us. Is it Tarmogoyf? This could be Delver. No, it looks like Goyfy. So we need to draw like another threat, I think, to try to race this thing better. So we attack for 6. How big is Tarmogoyf? Like, we might just have to take it to the face. If it doesn't hit us for 6 damage, we might just have to play into a 3rd Lightning Bolt, but let's see. If they play Snapcaster, then Curse Catcher can counter the Bolt. Hooting Mandrills, okay, that's fine. Nope. Nope. Oh, that's absolutely fantastic. So let's attack. Go 6. So we're not dead here yet. I'll wait till they go to attacks. See what happens. Let's see if they are going to counter this. Surprise! And this is a instance where actually activating the first Aether Vial was good, because that was our bait to see if they were gonna find Stifle or not. Because if they don't find, yeah, if they brainstorm and find Stifle and stifle this one, that would be a huge problem. But the threat of us putting another True Name in play was great enough that it caused them to look for Stifle with Brainstorm to try to counter this one. And little did they know that our plan was Trickster all along on this. So that was our next level Aether Vial play. Now we don't get to do that shit very often here, but that is how you successfully fake out the opponent with Aether Vial. Alright, well, so we're up against Temur Delver, so we definitely, I think, want Relic and Revoker. The rest of these cards are, like, sort of okay, but, like, we don't really need a lot of, like, we have a lot of very good cards against them already, to be honest. I think we can trim a Force of Will, and we have to take out 2 more cards. Maybe 2 Curse Catchers are fine. We're on the draw, so I don't think Curse Catcher is going to be as good here. And there are definitely arguments. You can bring in a lot of these cards. Venser is okay. Boomerang or Dismember are also fine. I think, though, I just want to stick with my aggro plan. I like Revoker because it shuts down Ren and 6 if that's their plan. Turns off their card advantage engine. If they're playing the Hex Drinker, they can also turn that off if they're threatening to make it a 6/6 with protection. Brazen Borrower is an excellent card against Delver. Trickster is excellent against Tarmogoyf. Putting Mandrills means that, yeah, Relic is going to be very good against that. And Chalice is just very good on its own. I think this is fine. We'll do it like this. But yeah, opponent got. Alright, on the draw, so let's do this. Bring it. We are not bringing it with this. I don't know where the heat is, but this definitely is not the heat. They kept 7 cards. We have to mulligan. This is much better. Keep. I think Phantasmal Image is sort of, I don't know, like maybe we just put Force of Will in the bottom actually, because I don't think we really need this that much. And if they Force Will Aether Vial, we still have 2 lands to play everything, so I'm fine with this. I don't really want to be going down on card advantage here. I think we want to keep Image. There's just a lot of very good plays that we can make with this. Yeah. Again, if you want to force this, that's fine, because we can still hardcast everything relevant. It takes a lot, you know, taking 2 cards out of their opening hand for this vial is fine with me. Yeah. So it just makes it more likely this all resolves. And we can race a Delver of Secrets pretty easily. We have a lot of very good cards to do that. So they bricked on their first Delver activation, which is nice. So attack first, that makes sense. And we're going to see Ren and 6. Tarmogoyf, okay. Two cards left in hand. I think we have to play, I think, the Silvergill first. What if they have Daze, though? Like, that would be terrible. But we have the option of trying to deploy Trickster against this, but it still plays into Daze. Yeah, I think we need Silvergill out first. And it does mean, unfortunately, we have to show them the Trickster. Oh, that's a very good draw, I think. That threatens to attack them quickly. And there might be a turn where we play Lord plus Image on Lord. Alright, how good are you at Magic cards? Pretty good. Okay, Stifle. You kept in Stifle against my deck? Are you fucking serious? Why? Why would you leave that in? Like, literally anything in your sideboard has to be better than this card. Here, yeah, activated or triggered ability. That's like an Aether Vial activation, or maybe if you make me spend 1 more mana on Mutavault. Like, I don't understand. Like, I guess you could make me not draw a card off of Silvergill. Wow, that's just so bad, though. That's just awful. Alright. So we are not going to attack here. Instead, we're going to try to get this Merfolk Trickster down so we can block the Tarmogoyf. And I think we might also be imaging this Insectile Aberration to try to block it, too. So next turn, so we play Trickster here, double block this, that's fine. And then next turn we can play a Lord, attack for 6, and image this thing, so we have a blocker for that if we want. They might just bolt this, that's okay if they do. Or if we draw True Name Nemesis, then I might hang on to that and just copy True Name, but yeah, like, we can't unfortunately get both things with Trickster. Like, we could trade Trickster with this, or we could trade Trickster with this, either way. Delver is going to kill us in 4 turns. Tarmogoyf could kill us faster than that and force us to start chump blocking it, maybe. It's hard to say which one's going to be worth killing more. I lean towards killing the Tarmogoyf because if it becomes a 0/1, then our creatures are able to attack back for quite a lot, and we don't have to sacrifice anything to kill it. I'm willing to take 3 damage if it means I get to attack them back for 6. Beautiful. Yeah, I guess maybe he might stifle this trigger. That's alright, let's see if they think to do that. Or wait, no, they might have brainstormed it away. Nope, never mind, they kept. Okay, so they kept stifle, so, let's see. If I take 7, that means I'm dead in 2 hits to this thing. I think our best plan is to just go to 6. I can chump block for a little bit. You have another Delver? No, that thing. Alright. Well, Tarmogoyf is pretty anemic now. So they have 1 card in hand here. So I could, let's see, options are, we're definitely going to 3 from this if we don't play the image on this. We could theoretically take both of these to the face, but we might have to block Tarmogoyf. Oh no, actually no, because if we image this, then we can do that if we can block this thing. However, if we're not imaging this, then we do have to block this, probably. Yeah, no, not probably, definitely, because then we're taking 3, so we can't afford to take enough damage from that. So as nice as it would be to play Chalice this turn, I don't think playing Chalice is an option. And they have 1 card left in hand, which means if it's like a removal spell, then we are in a lot of trouble. However, are we capable of killing them, though? That's a very good question. I think if we draw another Lord, we might. So let's see. If I play 2 Lords here, I'm gonna have to double block, and then they can kill 1 Lord, and then we would maybe take 4 damage and go down to 4, or go to 2. They have like a that also leaves us danger. Like if they play like a fetch land and a bolt or something, or no, a bolt kills us. So if they play like a fetch land and a ponder or something like that, then these 2 kill us. Let's see. So if I play Lord Image, I can attack for 8. Yeah, attack for 8. That puts him at 10. But then we're gonna lose one of the Lords to this thing. I don't think we can attack for 10 back the next turn, can we? No, we'll have 1 Lord in play, right? So this will still be 3, 3, and 2, and then we can play the other Lord and copy it. And then we also have Mutavault too, so that's worth considering. Alright. So next turn this can attack. Alright, so let's see. If we copy Delver Secrets, let's explore this line first. So yeah, copy Delver of Secrets, then we maybe take both of these to the face, maybe have to block one of these. I don't really like that line, because that Tarmogoyf then only has to get 1 power bigger in order to threaten to kill us. And then we have to chump block with a Lord, and we are losing 2 of these, and then let's see. And that means that we're only attacking for 6 this turn, so that's 12, and then the turn afterwards we're not going to be able to kill them. But I think if our plan is to take both of these to the face, they have to play at least 2 things in the graveyard. Or how does that work here? No, because we have to. Yeah, I think we'll have. Okay, so we play these 2 Lords, so they're both 3/3, so we can double block this. And then as long as this is only 5 damage coming at us, then we can double block this, we lose 1 Lord, and we go down to either 2 or 1, and then I think we can win afterwards. So I think that's our best plan for right now. But there's a lot of ways that we can lose this still. So copy the Lord. Yeah, I think this is what we have to do. Alright, well, this is the plan that we have committed to, so let's hope that it works. If this only becomes a 2-3, then we also have the option of block like that. Block here, and then block here. Take one from this and that. That's interesting. Why would you do that? I don't understand. I guess, like, this is... You could have just, like, bolted my face. And, like, Delver's gonna kill me. So, like, yeah, that we lost to a bolt anyway. Like, I don't think that there was a way to win through that, so... Just bolt me and then deal 3 damage with that. That's fine. Like, I mean, we still can't, like, block this profitably anyway, because we take 2 trample from that. Like, that's still lethal. Alright, well, fuck it. They left in Stifle against us. That's shocking. I didn't think that was going to be a thing, but... I don't really want Dismember against the Lightning Bolt decks, but... I don't know, like... Maybe Curse Catcher's better on the play. This Brazen Borrower is also kind of fine. I don't really want to be forcing their stuff, though. Yeah, whatever. I'll just do it like this. Okay, well, let's do this. On the play. This is not a terribly good hand. It's extremely weak to, like, Wrenn and 6. We have 4 lands. I don't think that this is beating Delver. Like, our best line here is that we play Curse Catcher and then, like, what? Silvergill Adept? And then if they play Wrenn and 6, we're fucked. I mean, we guess we could hold up Trickster, but, like... I really want something like True Name Nemesis or Chalice. No. I think this is much better. I'm going to keep this. I'm going to keep this, and I think I'm going to put Lord of Atlantis. I think the Trickster's worth... I don't know. That's rough. We'll keep... I could put Silvergill, or I mean Curse Catcher on the bottom. I don't think the Curse Catcher is really going to do very much here. I think on turn 2 we want to go like Lord into True Name. Yeah, because we're not looking to like defend against an instant or sorcery. And if they like wasteland us in turn 2, that means they can't play Wrenn and 6 either, which is nice. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. Merfolk. Alright, Alright, we're going to try to exchange this Trickster with this Delver of Secrets. If they attack into it, I'm just going to Trickster and try to block it. I'm really hoping they don't wasteland us, though, because I want to get True Name out next turn, but... Alright, so no wasteland, so that's good. So Wrenn and 6 is actually fine here. Okay. You can get your stupid polluted delta back. That's irrelevant at this point because now you're getting crushed underneath the weight of this. Prepare to get dunked on. This opening game, or like this, really looks favorable to us right now. I think our best bet here... Yeah, you can kill that. That's fine. That means that's going away very quickly. Let's get this out before any more nonsense happens. And we're probably just playing this one if we have the opportunity next turn. But that was great. We killed off Delver of Secrets and we got True Name Nemesis out. So that's about as much as we could have possibly hoped for. So now he's got to make some interesting choices. Like, do you try to Wasteland this Cavern or this Mutavault now? I think you really need to go after this Cavern of Souls. Polluted Delta, okay. If you play another Polluted Delta, if you play that this turn, that makes me so happy, because now that means that this is guaranteed to resolve. And we're guaranteed to kill this, too. You can play True Name if you want, that's fine. Engineered Explosives on 3, okay. That's neat. So we're not going to play True Name this turn. Let's see. Now I think what's going to happen is we're going to probably just... I think we just attack with Mutavault. They can blow up this. We're going to save this one for a turn, so we'll kill off this first. And... I mean... Yeah, I could play Lord of Atlantis. If I play Lord, they might bolt it. And you know what? If they do, like, that's okay. Because I think it might be more important in order to save, like, prevent them from bolting this in the future. But now I think if they play another Wrenn and 6, then we could also kill it next turn if they go. If they play Wrenn and 6 and kill this thing, that's fine. Oh, this is looking better and better for us, because now, yeah, they don't really have a choice here. If we draw another land, then we can play Lord of Atlantis and then attack with Mutavault and the Lord. And their options dwindle greatly at this point. Not having Wasteland is hurting them a lot. We really would love to draw another basic island, though. Like, this is extremely dangerous, because if at any point they play Wasteland, then our ability to win is just going to evaporate. Because they can stabilize through this still. Rug Delver is a little bit more resilient now than it used to be, so they have a lot more relevant threats that they can play and a lot more relevant answers. I think this deck also plays like Oko in it. And yeah, like that, and like having the Wrenn and 6 for the constant card advantage is helpful to them. And like this card, I think they usually play like 1 or 2 of these in their list. Because it's like their only answer to some stuff, like gets rid of Chalice, but it also gets rid of True Name Nemesis. So that it's sort of a double-edged sword, because it kills their own, but obviously they want to just blow it up when it's killing opposing names and not their own. So you know, there's a lot of play to this now. It's still a pretty good match for us, but they have a lot more lines of play available to them. Alright, so what are you going to do here? I would expect maybe like Lightning Bolt plus crack this. And if that's what happens, then so be it. So here I might just attack with these two and see what happens, and then if they crack explosives, I'll just play another True Name Nemesis. No need to get greedy. Okay, are you going to do this now before I untap? I mean, that would probably be a good plan. No, okay, they just wanted to fetch first. Interesting. I don't really need this right now. So yeah, if I play another Lord, I can attack them for 3. They still probably bolt this. I think I just want to attack them. If they want to take 6, that's also cool, because then I can still play Trickster. Alright, yeah. I figured that was coming. Yeah, you have no choice. You have to do this now. And you could not realistically play around this. Okay, so let's hope that they don't have another answer to this, because if they don't, then again, they're still in a very losing position. They have no threats on board, and we have a much faster clock, especially if we draw an island or pretty much any land here. Then we get to jam Lord of Atlantis and attack them for 7 with Island Walk. That's fantastic. Plus, we also have Trickster in case they ever do find a threat. This card will help us swing the race. They chose not to shuffle. Okay, so they have to have found something that helps them. Maybe it's Oko. It could be. I know some of these decks have been playing it. I think if it's Oko, we still probably try to kill them, though. It's hard to say. Yeah, I don't like the idea of them elking. Oh, that's useless. That is not going to do shit. So we do actually have to be a little bit careful right now. I think if they have like another lightning, or if they have, yeah, lightning bolt in hand, they could just bolt this Lord, and then we're kind of behind. So I think what we want to do, we'll play the Curse Catcher after post-combat, and then we'll hold up Trickster to try to tap this down, and then just go for a huge attack next turn. They're not going to force this. They would much rather force something like this. So, yeah. They took another draw, so obviously they didn't need to like shuffle after this Ponder, which is interesting. It might have been correct to let them attack, actually, because if they play another creature, then we're still kind of in the same spot. Oh, Stifle. Okay. So you're going to attack me? Please attack me. Oh, that's beautiful. Alright. I'm not interested in blocking at all. What I am interested in is trying to get this Lord out and attacking you for like a bajillion damage. But we're still very, very vulnerable to Lightning Bolt. Okay, no, so fuck it. They're toast. If that was the best that you had, like, you are in a lot of trouble right now. Their card, like, I don't know what you drew, but it could not have been that good. Like, they are facing ridiculously lethal next turn. I also don't... Yeah, that was it. They had nothing. Okay, well, we crushed Rug Delver. Power of True Name Nemesis. I think Phantasmal Image gave us a few lines against their deck, but, like, that's not really the deck that I don't know. If it copies True Name early enough, then, like, it can be really good. But if it's copying anything other than True Name against Delver, like, it becomes a lot more of a liability because they're playing Wrenn and 6 in this deck, so... I don't know, like, it's kind of a high variance against them, but maybe that's just what we need. So 2-1. See, we're at an hour and like 10 minutes already. Interest though. Yeah, our matches are taking a long time. We're only on the 4th match. Yeah, we're normally, like, this is about where we normally hit our 5th match. And look, are you not joining? Okay, I guess not. No, I guess so. Alright. What do we got? Shirado Tsuki. Yeah, this hand, I think we keep it. Okay. On the draw again. Like, we are on the draw so much. But we're playing against lots of good matchups, so that's worth noting. Okay, another Delver deck, which means this Chalice hopefully is going to be good, and then we can bounce Delver. That's the dream, anyway. And then hopefully we can also just curve into True Names against them. Alright, how good at Magic cards are you? Our opponent is fucking great at Magic cards. Okay, well that's going to be a huge problem for us because Spell Snare... The combination of Spell Snare plus Wasteland means that we are not going to get to resolve the thing that we want to resolve. If I play Cavern of Souls, he's just going to Wasteland it, and then we're stuck on mana here. And if I cast any other spell here, we're also in a lot of trouble. Like, I have to play this Cavern, it's just a matter of what are we doing with it. Yeah, it's hard, because I think if we play a Lord, like, he won't be able to Spell Snare, but he is going to be able to get rid of Cavern, so maybe we just have to erase. This was not a good draw on turn 2. So, yeah. Can't counter it, but he is going to Wasteland this, so that sucks. I mean, we kept, like, some good cards against them, but, you know, it looks like they're going to have exactly the right amount of interaction, or the right type of interaction against us, so. Now, the only way this, like, turns out good for us is if they don't Wasteland this and don't cast True Name Nemesis this turn. So no True Name, so that's good. So that means we can play this Lord safely. But that means that it is still very likely this is getting blown up. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, that makes sense. So they still have Spell Snare online, so we can't do anything about that yet. How do we go about this? I could play the Lord here, and if they Spell Snare that, then, like, maybe this is fine. We don't have a lot of time against this, though. Like, if I play the Curse Catcher, they're not going to use the Spell Snare. I almost kind of want them to do it, but I need to figure out how it is that I can race them. I really kind of want to save this until I can, like, play it, I don't know, with this, maybe. Let's see, if I play the Lord, like, this is not attacking for 3 anyway, but at the very least, if I do that, I could play the Curse Catcher, like, and just try to go on an aggro plan and race them, but it also, like, if we draw Cavern of Souls next turn, then maybe the aggro plan makes sense, because we can play Lord of Atlantis and then really try to race. So I'm going to play the Curse Catcher first, just to prevent, or I want to see what they're going to do with their mana. I get, like, none of these lines are particularly great. If they have, like, Bolt, then that's bad. Alright, well, it looks like they don't, so. We really kind of need another Cavern. Or, like, a Force of Will. Force actually would be very good here. So Cavern or Force is, I think, what we want. Or if they tap out for something, that's probably fine. Yeah, okay. Oh, alright, well, So how do we take advantage of this here? So we're definitely getting attacked for at least 5 next turn, probably. It might be too late to play the Chalice. I could Brazen Borrower and bounce this back to their hand. So I think them tapping out for Pyromancer gives us a fairly good chance to come back in this game. Let's see. They have 5 cards in hand, which means they're probably going to have a bunch of elementals. So I could attack them for 6 Island Walk right now, but then that means we're also ridiculously vulnerable to like Lightning Bolt. That might just have to be how we do it, though. So what happens, let's see, if I attack them for 6, they go to 10, and we have, what is it? We only have 9 damage in play, so that still isn't actually winning. If I bounce the Insectal Aberration, then they can just make a bunch of elementals, but the elementals won't be able to attack for a little bit, and if they want to replay Delver, it's going to take some mana to do that. If I play Chalice first, it turns off like a bunch of the spells in their hand. Could attack them with just Master of the Pearl Trident. Actually, maybe just Curse Catcher. No, I think if I attack them with... No, we probably need to keep Master alive, so I think if I attack with Curse Catcher... But am I blocking this, though? Like, if I go to 12 and we're going to go to 6, that's dangerous territory, but I think we're hoping that we can... Maybe if we play Chalice this turn, and then next turn jam Borrower to bounce this, then maybe we can come back like that. So let's do this first. There's also a chance that they might try to daze the Chalice or force it, so we might need the Curse Cat. So let's attack and not let them block with a token. If they trade it with this and they don't get any tokens, I think that's okay. I don't think that's going to happen. Oh, you know what? If you want to do that, that's fine. I think that makes our lines of play a lot easier, because now I can just Chalice on 1 here. And I have Curse Catcher to protect it, and then it means Spell Snare's offline. So if they have a Daze or another Force, they can still get rid of this. They pitched the Spell Snare, though, so that's good. Oh, you have another Force? Okay, that's good. So this is fine, because now we can still Brazen Borrower this Delver back to their hand and like still maybe get back in this game. Now they have another Pyromancer. That's brutal. Not exactly where I want to be. They have 1 card in hand, and it's not a land, so it's probably another spell, so they're going to get a token. So which means if I bounce Delver back to their hand, like if it... it can't be Daze. If it was Daze, I think they would have used that first. And so I think whatever we play this turn is going to resolve. So do we play the Vial first? I don't think we can afford to, because that, like, Curse Catcher means that we're taking 3 from this, and I don't think we can afford to do that. If we Brazen Borrower this now, that's also not super good. They can just replay it next turn and then try to flip it. However, I don't want to let them untap. You know, these are all... Getting choked on mana is really killing us here. I don't think any of these are particularly winning lines at the moment. Yeah, if we do this, then we're taking 2 damage from this, and then they're going to make some elementals, and then what our best draw next turn is like a land, so we can go Lord, Curse Catcher, or something like that. That might just have to be good enough. Because I think we're in trouble at the moment. Yeah, this is like close, but like us not drawing more lands is really, really hurting. Yeah, so you're gonna attack. They have a Delver and 2 random cards. Delver, yep. Alright. Oh, no! Come on! Alright. So what do we do? Curse Catcher plus Vial, I guess? I don't know how else we come back from this. Like, the Curse Catcher's good. Like, I think we have to, because if we just play Lord, like, that's still gonna... I mean, the Curse Catcher is still capable of trading with this thing, and it's still just as vulnerable to Lightning Bolt. If they have Bolt, like, we're fucked, so... Okay, well, they don't have a Bolt or 1-mana spell in their hand. So they revealed Ponder, so now we're actually probably screwed. And now, yeah, I think this is too late now, because I think, what, Merfolk, Trickster... None of these are particularly good lines at the moment. We're taking 3 this turn, and then we're almost definitely taking 3 next turn, too. If they attack with this, I have to trade it with Curse Catcher. And if they find any other, like, instant or sorcery, like, that's terrible. Yeah, that makes sense. If I find a land, I can theoretically cast this. But no, I think we need a land or Trickster. That's not gonna do it. Alright, we lose. Got stuck on 2 lands, so that's unfortunate. So this looks to be just blue-red Delver. So they don't have like Wrenn and 6. That's good to know. I think the Dismember is probably important here. Chances are they probably have Snapcaster in this deck, so Relic might be fine too. The rest of these are kind of just eh. Yeah, Phantasmal Image is against this deck. Like, I think they have more bolts in their deck, so Image might not be quite as good. They don't really have as many good things for us to copy either. Now, we have to kill like Young Pyromancer quickly with this. They might also have Dreadhorde Arcanist too, which means that maybe this Relic is worth something. It's hard to say. I don't know. I think that most of these cards are just fine here. I think we just run it back like this. The Relic is more important when you're playing against Tarmogoyf and Wrenn and 6. It's not as important against just like Snapcaster. I guess we keep this and hope for the best. Pitch a Force to a Force and try to get this Chalice out and then this True Name afterwards, I'm hoping. This is a really kind of awkward hand, but on the play I think this is fine. I'm almost inclined to just force a Delver if they play it. But I don't know, like this Waterlogged Grove hurting us is not going to be irrelevant because they're playing burn spells in their deck. And alright, or I guess we're just hoping to see like Ponder go. Ooh, alright, this is a good sign. I think if they're gonna Wasteland something, I'd rather them hit the Waterlogged Grove. And if they want to force this, that's actually okay. I might just let that resolve. Or Spell Snare. Like, Okay. I have another one, so I'll just jam it. I'll probably jam True Name first and then jam Chalice the turn after. Sure. Bonder. I don't know, this is actually tough now, because we have a plan if they wasteland us, but we also have a plan, like, I think just maybe casting True Name first is a better plan. Because this looks like they might have another Spell Snare or something up. This is good. Now we can play Chalice and maybe crack this Waterlogged Grove for a card. Didn't do anything, that's surprising. I think, yeah, this is worth attempting to force. Okay. Right now we're still winning the race, and that means they don't have a force for this Chalice. I think we can probably win here. They only have, what, four? They're at 4 cards right now, but Chalice is out, so I'm hoping that slows them down enough. That's a thing. Let's hope we don't draw Lord of Atlantis. That's going to hurt a lot. Now that swings the match back in their favor by a fair bit. It's not really that good. Let's see. If I attack them, they'll go to 11. We're going to go to 8. But then we also, next turn, can attack them for 7. Maybe more. We might be able to kill them. Alright, well, this is all things considered. That could have gone worse. So I think if we draw a Lord, then we can win. Okay. Does that actually do it here, though? Be 4, 3, and 3. No, not quite. So do I, like... I might have to hold something back to block, because we're going to go to 2, which means we have to block this thing. But it also means they couldn't fetch if we attacked with everything. Alright, well, we're casting this, I think, no matter what here, right? Like, this isn't really in question. The question is, are we animating Mutavault, or are we sacking Waterlogged Grove? Okay, so, yeah, I could attack him for 7, but that doesn't guaranteed kill him. Like, if he just jams 2 spells into Chalice, then we die. And there's a very high chance that he can just jam at least 1 right now, and maybe 2. Let's think about this, though. Like, what happens... He can't crack the Scalding Tarn if he does that, though. He can. So okay, let's pretend. Can he jam 2 spells? Like, we might just have to block with Master of the Pearl Trident. attacking for 7 still means that 2 creatures have to connect next turn. This is rough. I think that we have to just put him to 1 so that he can't use this. Which means that he'll then only be able to make 1 thing, and we'll have to block with Master the Pearl Trident in this. And if he has a Braid, then I think we lose. So, yeah, I think any 2-mana spell that can get rid of our blocker means that we die. However, I think that's just our best line here. Alright, so go to 1. So maybe if you cast a Brainstorm into this, you get an extra 1 damage through. So we block this, go to 1, and then True Name kills you back. So that's the plan. Let's hope that this Chalice saves us. That's how I have calculated the math here. There are definitely draws. I think if they draw a Braid, then we probably lose. Or, yeah, because they can kill Master and then just attack for 8. What else? Is there anything else that they can draw that kills us? Snapcaster does not kill us right now. Yeah, there's not very much. I think it might just be a Braid. If they have like a spell plus Daze, then that also does the trick. Alright. F6. Alright. Am I dead? Alright, they conceded. Alright, sick. We got there. That was tight. That was very close. But yeah, we managed to get there in the skin of our teeth. Alright, so on the draw this time. So double True Name suggests to me that they might be playing more of those in their deck. So Curse Catcher on the draw might not be as good. Maybe we'll take in Image, because we might just use Image to copy their True Names. Some like Delvers doesn't always play 4. Sometimes they only play like 1 or 2 in their deck, but if they play 2 True Names in like that short a time period, there's a very high chance that they have more than 2 in their deck. What do I think they kept all the forces in. The Dismember, like, I don't really like this card against that deck, but I'm not sure what else we can really do here. Because Young Pyromancer probably just has to die right away. This would sort of be a good spot for Tidebinder Mage. Like, Relic was not really, yeah, they didn't play anything like Dreadhorde Arcanist or Snapcaster yet, so I don't know. It's possible they don't have either of those, but if they do, they do. Like, we can't really do much about it. I think this might just have to be how it is. Yeah, Curse Catcher on the draw is not as good. Image is much better at catching up in the draw. Otherwise, I don't really want these. Like, this card is sort of okay if you can bounce Delver with it, but we can do it with this, and we still have Tricksters against them, so. And the Image can also block the Delver. Alright, I think this is our plan. Pray for us, pray to Thassa, that we get a good hand. My nose is itchy. Alright, let's do it. About an hour and 33. Blue-Red Delver is one of the harder versions of Delver Force just because it's a lot more aggressive and they have more like lightning bolts in their deck. But I think if they don't have Arcanist out, then or if they're not playing that, then we might have a better chance. We cannot keep this. We only have 1 island, and there's no way we're casting like either of these cards. I think this is not very good either, to be honest. Is a mold of 5 really any better than this? They kept 7 cards, like, that's not good. So what are we keeping here? Probably Cavern, Island, Mutavault. Just put the second island in the bottom. I think that we have to keep it, but I am not very happy about this. This is a pretty terrible starting hand. We might just be bouncing a Delver or something right away. Well, that helps a little bit. But, yeah. Sure. We probably also have, like, there's also a very good chance that we might end up, we have to probably pitch this to Force of Will. Because if they play Young Pyromancer, like, I think we probably have to counter it. Dreadhorde Arcanist. That can be a significant problem for us. I think my plan is going to be to Brazen Borrow it, though. And then we'll try to protect the borrower. Alright, well, that helps. Do I do this now? Really don't want them to do this. Could do it on their upkeep. They're tapped out now, so they can't, like, dig for more. I'm trying to think. They could hard cast Daze, but they can already bounce a land for Daze anyway, so... Is there any significant difference to waiting till their turn? I could, if I let them draw a card, then that might matter. Alright, let's do it, Nat. Actually, no, there is a good reason. Force of Negation. Okay. I'll wait till their turn to do this. There's like a gnat flying around. Sorry. My nose is just really itchy out now for some reason. It's just tingling with excitement. Alright, so we can play around Force of Negation by doing this. I don't want them to be able to just brainstorm for free. Alright, so I was kind of concerned that they might have this card, and they didn't show it to us in the first two games, but obviously, like, this is very good against us, I think. Daze, okay. Fuck. That's actually interesting. They still bounced the island for it, but they floated the mana, so... I don't think I can, like, they have to have, like, another Daze or Force or something. I don't think I can do it. Alright. I don't want to fight over it right just yet. So it's not really going the way we want. I think we have to draw, like, True Name Nemesis next turn. If we draw True Name, then this image is going to be much, much better. Like, True Name can turn this entire match around right now. We're just hoping that we can draw True Name before they deploy an actual serious threat. Yeah, Ponder, that's like, that's sort of okay. If that's all they're gonna be flashing back with it, that's fine. Yeah, I guess that's gonna happen. Come on, True Name. Alright, that's not True Name Nemesis, but... we gotta get something going here. This slowly slipping out, or not even slowly, this is very quickly, like, sliding away. Yeah, Force of Will, oh fuck, alright, well, this Force is basically useless now. But I'm not playing this Cavern of Souls until we draw True Name Nemesis. Well, the good news is he did not Lightning Bolt this, so we might get to block Arcanist. And it's sort of fine if he wants to wasteland this Mutavault. Yeah. Oh, that's terrible. Pyroblast is almost as good as Lightning Bolt. Alright. That's also not True Name Nemesis, and I still cannot afford to play this Cavern of Souls. The problem is, like, even if I play Master of the Pearl Trident right now, it doesn't really do anything. And if I play Phantasmal Image on this, he's just going to kill it with the Pyroblast. He has Force in his hand, so I don't know. Maybe we can get him to waste a Force of Will. Or, like, this is not winning for us at all. Like, drawing the Lords here against, like, this setup is just losing. Okay, so he pitched a Force, that's fine. And I can't afford to play Cavern because, like, this is one of our only ways of, like, trying to come back into this. If we can get to a point where we draw True Name and, like, Merfolk Trickster, then we might be able to stop this, but it's going to be extremely hard without that. Yeah. We smartly just, you know, attacked and left Pyroblast there, so... I mean, that's actually, like, not that big a deal. Okay. He still only has the Pyroblast there. Ah, come on! Alright. This is not good. Alright, well, we need to get him to use the Pyroblast in this so that Image can then come out. I need the Image to be able to copy this and then live in order to block it. And it's kind of a tall order at the moment, but that's where we're at. Yeah, alright, well, now he's going to just be able to chain a bunch of spells together, so I think we've lost this game, to be honest. This is not what we needed. Like, this draw was insane. This was probably, like, the best draw that he's had so far this match. And this was definitely one of our worst ones. Yep, that's fine. Well, I mean, it's not fine, but it's going to happen. That's terrible. Yeah, we are just dead. We lose. Well, not technically, but, like, we really have lost. Yeah, it's not worth it, because he has 6 damage in board. Even if we use the Mutavault, like, that, we can't come back from that, so it's not worth playing it. There's no sequence of draws that fixes that board state, so that's rough. You know, Blue-Red Delver is still kind of tough, because, like I said, they just... Dreadhorde Arcanist is not a joke. If that card does, like, get online, it's a huge problem. Like, we didn't see it in the first 2 games. Like, maybe we should have just brought in Relic anyway, but I don't know. It's hard to say. Alright, well, on the draw again. Oh, why do I always be on the draw? I hate this. This game is so biased against me. It's alright. Well, we'll just put up with it. We have to win this one to get our money back in this league. This hand is fine. We'll keep it. Go Curse Catcher into Chalice. Oh, fuck. We're dead. we're so dead. This is Jund. Like, guarantee this is Jund. This Curse Catcher is, like, anemic against this deck. Chalice is going to do absolutely nothing against them either, so... Like, yeah, I don't know, okay, never mind, so maybe we have a chance here. this is like maybe 4-color Delver? Fuck it. Oh, they weren't even targeting Curse Catcher. They were targeting me. That's my fault. No, they did target Curse Catcher. So, well, why was it over? Why was the icon in this? That's weird. So they targeted Curse Catcher. Doesn't matter. Okay. So getting this Chalice out right now does not actually do anything. And here's the problem. Even if we were to, like, so what 1-drops like does this deck have? So this is a Punishing Fire deck, but they're also playing blue, so I maybe putting on a 1, because if they're playing like Ponders or Brainstorms, this might still be worth it. But we're gonna be super reliant. We need this True Name Nemesis out. Like, that's their best way of slowing them down. The Nihil Spellbomb makes me think this is a 4-color deck, so hopefully this Chalice is gonna do something. It doesn't seem particularly likely that it's going to help very much. Yeah, okay, you get Punishing Fire back to your hand. Dak Faden. Yeah, okay, so I think this is like that Super Friends deck that we played against before. I'm going to pitch, I think, Master of the Pearl Trident, probably. This card is pretty bad. Alright, that's good. That's like the best thing we could have drawn this turn. Yeah, Master of the Pearl Trident in the face of Punishing Fire is absolutely useless. So our plan is to hopefully play True Name and then copy it with Phantasmal Image and then hope that that's enough to win. So this is like the 4-color Planeswalker deck. Yeah, that's fine. I don't care about that at all. Okay, that's very good for me. Attack. Sometimes if you tap the Cavern for something, they might just assume that it's uncounterable, so they won't even try. So let's see. I don't know what fetching really does for you right now. Okay. However, this also might be a Plague Engineer deck, and if it is, then you know what? We can't play around that. Yep, Jace the Mind Sculptor. Jace the Mind Sculptor is gonna die like a bitch. He is a 4-mana Brainstorm right now that has gained 3 life. Oh, conceded from the game! Yes! Alright, so Chalice and True Name really got there, but the problem is that they are going to have Plague Engineer like 100%. Like, there's no way that they don't have that card. Curse Catcher is absolutely going to be awful against this deck, because I think they're just playing like a bunch of cards like Oko and Jace and Dak Fade and like Ren and 6, just that kind of stuff. Revoker is sort of okay, but because they have Punishing Fire, it's actually sort of bad too. Ugh. So how are we gonna beat this? Like, I guess we need the Dismembers, and I kind of want like Force of Negation, to be honest. Relic is also fine against them, because this can Relic or Surgical Extraction can go after like Punishing Fire. It might, like, the problem is it's going to be bad with Chalice on 1. Force of Negation might just be the better call here, though. I don't think Brazen Borrower is going to be terribly good either. So I think all their big threats are planeswalkers, and like all the cards that we are interested in countering are really things like, yeah, they're non-creature spells, and this is a card that's a lot easier to cast with actual mana. This is still not very good. I don't know what else we can do. I think this is about it. Yeah, Brazen Borrower is just not, like, the cards that they're playing are planeswalkers that are, I mean, when they're in play, it's already kind of a problem, and yeah, they also have Tide Hollow Strix or Baleful Strix, which, like, I don't want to be bouncing that. That's pretty terrible. The Revoker can be fine, but I don't know, like this, it's very vulnerable, I think. Maybe it's just, I don't know, we'll see. We'll go with this and just see how it happens. I think our plan is just has to be, like, try to stick some Lords and True Name Nemesis. Alright, well, this hand is not keepable at all. They kept 7 cards. This hand I think is okay. We'll keep this. I'm just going to put Merfolk Trickster in the bottom, I guess. I mean, there's also an argument to put Force of Negation in the bottom, but I don't know. I think that we might need this in order to stabilize a game. Well, that is helpful. Let's just pray that they're not going to play fucking Plague Engineer, because if they play Engineer, we're in shit tons of trouble. Pass. We cannot Force of Negation Plague Engineer. Alright. They didn't do it yet, so that's a good sign. Are you gonna, like, blow up my Aether Vial? Okay. Discard Island? I don't care about that at all. That was not good. No? Alright, if they have Engineer, like, I think we're just dead anyway, because this board does not interact very well against it. Alright. They wasted a Force in that. Well, we can also Force with this Master now. I really don't want to deal with that. Alright, so next turn we play Lord of Atlantis and pray. No! Alright. Alright, well, that's fine. That's not the worst. They only have 1 card in hand, so, like, at this point, if they're just drawing, like, mana or something, this could be enough to, like, get there. Alright, well, I don't know. We'll try. We tried, and we're doing our best. It looks like they're flooding out, too, so that's great. That's bad. Alright, well. So Liliana's Triumph is gonna, like, or Kolaghan's Command, either one. Like, they're both blowouts against us. Alright, well, who can top deck a better card first? That's gonna be the question now. Why would you take the damage? I don't understand. You didn't kill this and make me discard a card. Oh, I see. Your plan is to kill it and get Snapcaster back. That makes sense. Because you can use Liliana's Triumph with it. Alright, well, this is This is a really dumb game. Fuck it. I know you have Snapcaster Mage in hand, and 2 is a much... it's gonna hurt us a fair bit, but I think it's gonna hurt him more at the moment. No! Why? You found a card before we did, so, alright. I was just concerned, like, if we draw True Name again, then we could, like, play it, and then this gets around Snapcaster into Liliana's Triumph. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, but, no, I think we're losing this now. That's just pretty much how it is. This did not work out very well for us. We don't have any way to really stop this thing from just ticking up into infinity. Okay, well, they wasted Abrupt Decay on it, so clearly they care a lot. We have to draw a creature in order to stop this from ultimating, or otherwise they're just going to start stealing things. Jesus Christ! Alright, yeah. I think we're dead now. Yeah, True Name is not a good draw anymore. It's not really good, but I mean, at least it's something we can do. Maybe if we draw Lord of Atlantis next turn. Okay, well, just, yeah, I don't know. Maybe we want Relic against this deck. So, the problem is, like, I could block this, but it doesn't actually help me very much. I need to... Every time he targets something, he gains control of it. I don't know. I guess I have to just, like, trade with this. His ultimate is not going to be that good, because he still can't target True Name. Oh, he put Punishing Fire in his graveyard. Alright, fuck it. We're done. No, we're dead. There's just no way. Alright, well... Alright, let's bring in Relic. This card seems important. Yeah... This is rough. He does have Engineer in his deck, which means Image is not particularly good. Alright, this is, I guess, just how we run this back. Alright, well, yeah, if they just get, like, all their colors of mana right away, like... This is so risky. I don't know about this, like... Oh, fuck, alright. 1 land means that we're not guaranteed to be casting this Chalice anytime soon. I'm not even guaranteed to be casting a creature, like, for the first however many turns. The Relic sort of helps, but at the same time, it's not really that good. Like, we have a Force, but... I don't know. I think if this was another land, I would keep this, but I don't think I can keep it with just this 1 land. This is a little bit better. We can put an island in the bottom, and we're done. And just play Chalice in turn 2. You have Dismember for Engineer, so that's nice. Oops. Spell Snare, sure. The problem is, like, they're an Abrupt Decay deck, so if we just, like, invest a ton into trying to get Chalice out, they can just decay it, and that's also not very good. Yeah. I don't like having to reveal Trickster, but we really need to cast this right now, so... I'm gonna Force a Will my fucking Silvergill Adept? Okay, I guess. That's not... I'm not concerned about that. I'm much happier to have these two cards. At some point, we might just cast Trickster and block this thing in combat. I'm saving Dismember in case I draw, or if he plays Engineer at some point, so... This is not worth dismembering in the slightest. This is not a very good match for us. Like, they do have islands in their deck, but they have, like, every fucking dangerous card against us, like Engineer and Renin. Well, I mean, Renin 6 is not, like, that dangerous for us, but Punishing Fire definitely is. Come on, this is terrible. Like, I only have 2 of these in the deck, and, like, I don't need both of them in my hand. I need more blue cards. I have more blue cards in my deck than, like, any other deck in this format, and then I'm drawing this shit. Pernicious Deed. I think I have to counter that. That card is just a ticking time bomb. Sure. Merfolk. That's not helpful at all. We need creatures to cast. I really want him to play Engineer before I play True Name Nemesis, but pass. And the other problem is, like, if I kill this thing, he's also threatening to, like, Culligan's Command and get it back to his hand, which is terrible. Because then we'll just play it again and draw another card, and we've lost, like, 4 life for nothing. But, yeah, no, these draws are fucking terrible, and we're gonna lose. Yeah, like, this game has just gone on way too long. Like, that's gonna kill us. That thing, like, now we can just, like, cycle through his entire deck, and there's nothing we can really do to stop it. He does not have bad draws at this point. Alright, well, pass. Yeah, he's just looting like crazy at this point. If he's discarding Toxic Deluge, that is a bad sign. You're not attacking now all of a sudden? Are you shitting me? Really? Why? I think I have to keep this in my hand for right now because there's way more important things to be concerned with. And now I might be at the point where I have to dismember this. Because I need this to be able to attack. Okay. So he's got 4 cards, but, like, he's just piling through. Like, he only has good cards in his hand, and we can tell because he's discarded, like, Toxic Deluge. And I'm sure that he would want to keep that card in his hand if he had room for it. Like, yeah, this is a problem, because now we can just Punishing Fire and kill this. I can't do anything about that. Yeah, sure, why not? card is like single-handedly ruined Legacy. I'm sorry, but the banning Deathrite Shaman was the best thing that ever happened to this format, and they just reprinted it as like a 2-mana Planeswalker. Are you kidding? Oh, fucking hell. I guess I have to just go after this thing because it's close to like its ultimate. No, like the problem is like Deathrite Shaman is what enables like the 4-color. I play literally the best cards in every color decks to exist, and like that's not a healthy thing for Legacy. Like you need to be able to punish mana bases with cards like Blood Moon or Back to Basics or Wasteland. But Wrenn and 6 does not give a single fuck about any of that. And just, yeah, like this is the sort of nonsense it enables, and I don't know. I don't like the fact that this card exists. I don't know if it's strong enough for them to ban it, but like that, it really does irritate me that it's a thing. Because in any match where like, and actually like Arkham's Astrolab is like the similar kind of problem. All right, well I guess we're on this plan right now. But I'm sure he's found a Plague Engineer or something at this point, so... You know, Astrolab is like in the same boat. Like it just it enables the mana bases to be extremely greedy. Okay. Yeah, if he has like Snapcaster Mage, I'm just conceding because this is too much. No, this is like we're probably not winning this. Like there's with 7 cards in hand, there is no way that they don't have an answer to this. Like it's incredibly unlikely, and both of these things are like very close to the point where they're going to ultimate. So just play Engineer. I know you have it. Yeah, to the slaughter. That's even better. All right, you got it. Nothing we could really do about that. That just sucked. No, but like in all seriousness, like I don't like the fact that I don't like what fucking Wrenn and 6 is doing to this format, because it's like they ban Deathrite Shaman and then print a card that just does exactly the same thing again. Where like, okay, I don't really care about Wasteland, and I can still make all colors of mana that I want for essentially without any regard to my mana base. I think that if you're playing a 3-color deck or more in this format, you should have to be concerned about Wasteland, and just Wrenn and 6 decks are not concerned about it, and that's a problem to me, so I don't know. But I don't think, like, in that match, like, I think we just did not draw what we needed. They played a ton of ridiculously dangerous cards, and I don't know, Image was sort of okay, but I don't know, like, we saw, like, when Plague Engineer is a thing alongside Wrenn and 6, like, this card is just absolutely garbage. You either copy this and lose to Engineer, or you copy something else and lose to the Wrenn and 6, and it's like, both of them are losing propositions. And even, like, against Delver, like, because of the Wrenn and 6, it means you have to copy this, and there are a ton of situations where if you don't have the true name, then this is not really a safe thing to be doing anyway, but I don't know, like, there's some scenarios where maybe it's fine, but I just don't think that, I don't agree with Eric about this. Like, I think that this card is just not really that good in this deck. Maybe Marrow Reejery is just a stronger card in the slot, or Coral Helm, or literally, like, anything else. I just don't believe in this. So, I don't know, Revoker was... part of the problem with this is that like Revoker was just very vulnerable to a lot of like lightning bolts when we wanted it. So again, bringing it in against the last deck, like it sort of feels okay, but then they have stuff like Culligan's Command where they can just like shock a creature and kill this as the other mode, which I don't like it's tough. Like you want cards against the Planeswalker. I just don't think this... It can be the card, but like not always. Especially not against like the 4-color decks like that. They're just playing way too many cards that kill it. So We didn't get to play against any Merit Lodge decks, so we didn't get to see Boomerang do its thing, but I don't know, otherwise, I still think like this is close to where we want to be. I just don't think this is the card I want in the slot. I mean, it was sort of okay in some scenarios, but like, I want to believe that if we had like Regery or something else, we still probably could have won those games anyway. I don't know, maybe it's I'm just not sold on this being a thing anymore. The Legacy has become way too hostile. Maybe if Ren and 6 goes away, if it gets the axe at some point, then maybe this is more reasonable, but I just, at the current moment, I don't believe in Phantasmal Image. So, yeah, that's basically all we got for today. I hope everybody enjoyed this. I mean, I wasn't terribly thrilled with how today went, but you know what? That's just how Magic is sometimes. I guess I'll probably look at doing or finding some room in the schedule to do Pioneer. I think I'd like to try Mono Blue Devotion out. It looks like it's a really fun deck, but I have absolutely no idea what that format even looks like at the moment. So, all right, well, it's a rough day, but you know what? You don't have good days every day. So, especially like I keep saying this, but it feels true every time. Like the playing on MTGO just sometimes feels like you're reaching into a grab bag and just pulling out like 5 random decks out of like 50 different ones you could play against now. Sure, like Delver and like Storm we play against a lot, but 4-color Planeswalker nonsense is not really a deck that we play against very often, and like, I don't know, what were the other ones? I don't even remember at this point, but yeah, Blue-Red Delver, like, that one shows up sometimes, but it's not like a super common thing. I don't know, like, and then there are the leagues where you end up playing against, like, okay, I played against 3, like, Lands, Maverick, and that was splashing for depth, and, like, a Maverick that wasn't playing it, and yeah, it's tough to come prepared against everything, so, and, like, even when you do, like, again, like, some of the decks are just playing, like, so many, like, 1 or 2 ofs in their deck because they can dig through it so quickly that it really just does become a matter of like, did you keep a hand that's weak to Chalice, or did you keep a hand that can like defeat a Chalice? It's just there's a lot of like kind of roll the dice and hope for the best in that. And maybe there were some things we could have played better, but I don't think that there is a not in this league. I think in my last league there were definitely a lot of improvements I could have made. Like losing against Dragonstorm in Modern was absolutely just unacceptable. That was terrible. I pissed that match away in both the first and second game. But yeah, I already made a comment about that. But yeah, no, today I feel like we did probably fine today, but just it did not come together for us when we needed it to. So I don't know. Hopefully next time that's how it is. So I'm not gonna stop because of it. Like you just get over it and move on. So all right. Well, I'll see you guys next time. Take care.